can take two of this. Everything on that. Where is it? Yeah. Okay. The PM, on his return from the Kampala CHOGM meeting, threatened to use the nefarious law, the Internal Security Act, against peaceful demonstrators, marking a new nadir of the 4-year broken pledges by the Abdullah premiership on democracy, human rights, accountability, incorruptibility and preparedness to hear the truth of the people. Yesterday, Aljazeera reported the controversy in Japan over the Education Ministry's latest effort to revise school history textbooks on one of the most notorious wartime incidents in Japan, where the Japanese military ordered and sometimes forced the islanders to commit suicide during the US invasion of Okinawa in the closing days of the Second World War. There was a peaceful demonstration of more than 100,000 people in Okinawa to protest against the Japanese Education Ministry's instruction to textbook publishers to edit out all references to the military's role in the mass suicide. Abdullah wants Malaysians to have a first world infrastructure, first world mentality, and not first world infrastructure, third world mentality. And this is time for the government to set the example of such first world mentality and mindset by accepting the important role of peaceful demonstrations in a first world developed nation like Japan, UK, Australia and US for their citizenry to exercise their democratic rights of freedom of expression and assembly. What chance and hope of Malaysia becoming a nation with first world mentality, where the government is the worst culprit of having third world and even fourth world mindsets, as in threatening to invoke the notorious Internal Security Act. Many have asked whether the mass ISA arrest like the infamous Operation Lala in 1987, which led to major assaults on the independence and integrity of the judiciary, the emasculation of press freedom, and the suppression of a vibrant civil society, is possible under Abdullah's premiership. With Abdullah's threat to use the ISA yesterday, such a scenario now appears more and more likely, and I call on Abdullah to make clear his real stand on democracy, human rights, accountability, incorruptibility and preparedness to hear the truth of the people. Chong Eng and I were at the Selayang Magistrate Court this morning, where some 60 people who have been detained at the Batu Cave Temple on Sunday's Hindrap demonstration and have been released on bail were waiting to be charged for an illegal assembly. I met many of them and found that they are mostly respectable and law-abiding Malaysian citizens, business people, technicians, contractors, clerks and even executive and management officers. A group of people who cannot be further from the term penyangak used by Nazri yesterday. Referring to the Hindrap demonstration, Nazri said some 20,000 penyangak crooks who participated in the rally will not jeopardize our viewpoint of the entire community. I am shocked and saddened by Nazri's language, condemning the 30,000 decent and respectable people who came from all over the country to peacefully and collectively express their cry of desperation for justice and the long-standing neglect and discrimination of their rights as Malaysian citizens. Who is a penyangak? Kamus Dewan defines penyangak as pencuri, penjahat. Thus, the MIC President Sami Bello and all MIC members of the administration, whether Deputy Minister, Parliamentary Secretary, MP or Senator, agree with Nazri that the 30,000 people who turn up for the Hindrap demonstration on Sunday are crooks and rooks, and that the Hindrap rally was a gathering of crooks. Nazri should apologize unconditionally for this insult, not only to the 30,000 people at the Hindrap demonstration, but also to the entire Indian community and Malaysian nation. Sami Bello and the entire MIZ team in the administration should insist that Nazri withdraw the term and apologize for it without any qualification whatsoever.